Hey everyone, Miss Aselson here. Today we're going to be working on Unit 1, LT6 notes, graphing lines in any form. In order to graph a linear equation, you have to be in slope-intercept form. And just like we worked on last week, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. And then you solve the equation for y. So let's look at this first one here. So we needed in the equation y equals mx plus b. Well, I have my y already. I have my equals. This negative 2/3, that's going to be my slope. So the negative 2/3, let me see if I can, this right here is your slope. And then this right here is your b. Your b is your starting point. So that 3 is where I'm going to start. So when I say I'm starting on 3, I always start on my y-axis. And my y-axis is the one that goes up and down. Okay, so this is my y-axis. So my 3 has to land on that y-axis. So I'm going to find 3 on there and put a dot. Okay, so that's my starting value. Now I have to figure out what my slope is. My slope says how many I go up and over on there. So when I'm looking at negative 2/3 x, I have to think that I'm going negative 2. So negative 2 means I'm going to go down. So I'm going down 2 dots. So 1, 2. And then we always go to the right. So if I go down 2, I'm going to go to the right 3 because my 2 says to go down, my 3 says to go right. So I'm starting at my 3 and then I'm going down 2 and to the right 3 and hit a dot, make a dot. And then from that new point I just made, I'm going to do that again. So I'm going to go down 2. So 1, 2, and then over 3. Okay. If there's more graph left, you can take the opposite. So instead of going down 2 and right 3, I can go to that original spot where I started that 3, and I can go up 2. So I'm going to go up 2, and then I'm going to go to the left 3. And when I'm looking at that, I can't go up 2 and left 3 anymore. So that one is done. Then I'm just going to stick my line in to show that it's a nice straight line. Okay, let's look at the next one. So this one is a little bit different. This one isn't in y equals. When I look at this, I see y plus 4. So I'm not at y equals. So let's get that to y equals. So first of all, we have to look on the right side. See how it says 1/2 x minus 4? We're going to distribute that 1/2 into that x and into that 4. Okay, so 1/2 of x is going to give me 1/2 x. So I have whoops, I'm still in my highlighter. So I have 1/2 x, and then half of 4 is 2. So I'm going to say minus 2. And then on this side, I still have y plus 4. Okay, when I look at that, my y is not by itself still. It still has a plus 4. So in order to get rid of that 4, I'm going to take 4 away on the left side. If I take 4 away on the left side, I also have to take 4 away on the right side. Remember, it doesn't have an x with it, so when you take it away, it has to be by the constant. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this over here. Okay, so when I look on the left side, I see my plus 4 and minus 4. Those cancel out. So I'm on my left side. I'm just left with y equals. And then my 1/2 x is going to stay the same. And then a negative 2 minus 4 is going to give me a negative 6. So again, I'm going to start on this y-axis right here. Okay, so I'm finding negative 6 on that y-axis. Negative 6 is way down at the bottom. Okay, and remember this is 6 right here is where I'm getting my starting value. Okay, and now this other piece right there is telling me what I'm going to do. Okay, it doesn't have a negative in front of it. So when it doesn't have a negative, that means I'm going to go positive. So it says 1/2. So I'm going to go up 1 and then to the right 2. Go up 1 to the right 2. And just keep going until you have no more graph left to go. Okay, I'm going to go back down to my original yellow dot and I can't go down anymore. So I know that that one is done. That one is already graphed. When we look at number 3 does not have y equals at all. We could put it into a y equals equation, but when you're just given 2 sets of coordinates like that, you don't have to. Okay, so let's remember how to graph these coordinates. So when I'm graphing these, remember my x comes first and then my y. And I always think of this as first you have to get on the elevator and then you go up and down. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is find the hallway of the elevator I want to go in. And it says -1. My x says -1. So my hallway is going to be this right here. Okay, so before we were starting on our y axis, now we're going to start on our x axis. Okay, and the reason we're starting on our x axis is we have coordinates. We don't have a y equals mx plus b. Okay, so my x is in -1, so I'm going to find -1, and then it says 3. So I'm going to find hallway -1, and then I'm going to go up 3. So -1, 1, 2, 3. That's where that one's going to be. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with the next one, my x and my y. Okay, my x says I need to be in hallway +5, so I'm going in hallway +5, and then I'm going to take the elevator down to -3. 1, 2, 3, and you're going to end right there. And then you can just connect those 2 points, and you have your line graphed. When I look at number 4, I don't have y equals. So we have to make that into y equals. In order to get that into y equals, first I have to get my 4x off the left side and onto the right. Okay, so my 4x's are gone. So on the left side, I still have 2y. My equals stay the same. Remember my x comes first because that's my slope. So I'm going to keep -4x in the front there. And then that +8 is going to come on the end. Okay, and now I'm going to move this up there. So I have 2y equals -4x plus 8. Okay, this 2 says 2 times y. We want to get rid of that 2 times y. The opposite of multiplying by y is dividing, or sorry, not multiplying by y. Multiplying by 2 is dividing by 2. So I'm going to divide by 2 right here. If I divide by 2 there, I have to divide by 2 here, and also have to divide by 2 there. So each set of numbers has to be divided. That gets rid of those 2's. So on the left side, I'm just left with y equals -4 divided by 2 is going to give me a -2x. And then a +8 divided by 2 is going to give me a +4. Okay, so if you remember right, our b is our starting value. So we want to start with that +4, and that's going to be on our y-axis. Okay, so I'm going to start with a +4, so I'm going to find that and put a dot. Okay, then our x is our slope. If there's no number under your slope, it's just a -2, I can stick a 1 under it, and that tells me how many I go to the right. So -2 tells me I'm going to go down 2, and then that 1 tells me I'm going to the right 1. So I'm going to start at my +4, I'm going to go down 2 and to the right 1. Down 2 to the right 1, down 2 to the right 1. And you're just going to keep doing that until you can't go anymore. Oops, and I put that one in the wrong spot. That one's got to come over more. That one's got to be right here. So down 2 to the right 1. When I look at that 4, I can also go up 2, but I'm not going to go to the right one. Now I'm going to go to the left one to continue that same slope. I'm going to connect all those points together. And that one's done. All right, let's look at number 5 here. Number 5 says y minus 3 equals 2x plus 1. Remember, when you have a 2 outside, you have to first distribute that 2 to the x and to the 1. Okay, so on the left side, I still have y minus 3 equals 2 times x is 2x plus 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, now I want to get y by itself. So I have to get rid of that minus 3, plus 3 on the left, plus 3 on the right. Remember, it can't be with the x. It has to be with the constant, or the one without a letter next to it. Okay, I'm going to move this over here. Those 3's cancel out. Now I'm left with y equals 2x. 2 plus 3 is 5, so 2x plus 5. So now we can graph this because we have y equals. Okay, so I'm going to start on my y-intercept, or y-axis, and then I have a 5 as my b. So I'm going to start at a 5. So I'm going to stick a dot on that 5. And then 2x, remember, if it doesn't have a number of it under it, it is a 1. Okay, so 2x tells me I'm going to go up 2 and then to the right 1. Well, when I go up 2, I don't have any room because I'm already at 5 and I only have 6 after that. So I can't go up 2 and to the right 1. But the same thing would be going down 2 and then to the left 1. So instead of going up 2 to the right, I'm going to go down 2 and to the left. Oops, let me move this over a little bit. There we go. There we go, and then you can just draw your line. Oops, that's a terrible line, but you get the idea. Draw your line right in. Okay, you have to have as many points in here as you can get on. I don't want you to just have 2 points in and call it good and draw your line in. You need to have all those points in. If there's a spot to put it, then put it in there, and when you don't have no more spots left, then you're done. Okay, let's look at number 6. Number 6 says y equals 1/2 x minus 6. Well, when I look at this one is already in y equals. So it's already in slope form, so we don't have to do anything with it. So I have a -6. Remember, that always has to start on this y-axis right there. So I'm going to start with a -6 right down here on -6. Okay, and then it says 1/4 x. So that 1/4 says I'm going to go up 1 and then to the right 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 1, and I can't go to the right 4. Okay, well, let's look. Can I go down 1 and to the left 4? Nope. So I have nowhere else that I can go with that. So then I'm just going to draw my line right in. So that was a relatively simple one because it was already in y equals. All right, we're going to look at number 7 here. Number 7 says y equals -1/4 x plus 6. Okay, it's already in y equals mx plus b. So we're going to go ahead and start on our y-axis. And remember, we start with our b, so our 6. Okay, so I'm going to start at +6. So I'm going to put a positive or a dot on +6. Then it says y equals -1/4 x. So because it's negative means I'm going to go down. So I'm going to go down 1, but I only have a negative on the top. So I'm only going down 1, but I'm still going to go to the right 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and stick a dot. Okay, I can go down 1 more, but I can't go right 4 again. So instead of going right 4, I'm going to look. Can I go back to my original, my 6? Can I go up 1 and then to the left 4? Nope, I'm out of room. So that one's just done. Okay, number 8 is not in y equals mx plus b. So we're going to start there by getting y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to take 6x away from the left side. If I take 6x away from the left, I also have to take 6x away from the right. Okay, so I'm left with -3y equals -6x minus 12. Okay, and then I'm going to bring that up here and rewrite 3y, and it's a -3y equals -6x minus 12. Okay, to get that 3y, or that y all by itself, I'm going to divide by -3. If I divide that by -3, I'm going to divide this by -3, and I also have to divide this by -3. Okay, the 3's are gone. My y equals -6 divided by -3 is going to give me a +2. Remember, negatives cancel each other out. A negative and a negative cancel each other. -2x, and then a -12 divided by a -3 is going to give me a +4. Okay, so now I'm in y equals mx plus b, so I can go ahead and graph that. Okay, so I'm going to start with my b value, and remember your b value is your end one right there. So my b value says +4, so I'm going to start on a +4. Okay, I just have 2x. I don't have, so that tells me how many I'm going to go up or down, but it doesn't say how many I'm going to go over. So I'm going to add that. Okay, so 2x + 4, so this tells me I'm going to go up 2 and over 1. And if I can't go up and over, I'm going to go down 2 and over 1. And I'm just going to keep going until I have no room left to go anymore. Okay, and I'm going to show you why we can do that. Okay, so right now my slope is 2 over 1. Well, remember when we said that a negative and a negative cancel each other out? So I have a -2 over a -1. That is the exact same thing. Okay, so a +2 over 1, I'm going up 2 and to the right 1. A negative, I'm going down 2 and then to the left. So I'm going down and left. So negative and negative, and the other one was positive and positive. Those are the same things. Number 9, we have our slope, our m, and we have points -2, 5. So I'm going to just go ahead and start with that -2 and 5. So remember, when we have points like that and we want to graph, we're going to start always in our hallway. When you have points, you have to start in your hallway, and once you get in the right hallway, you can go up or down. So this right here is my x, and this is my y. Okay, so my hallway says I need to be at -2. So I'm going to find -2 in my hallway, which is on the left side, and then my y says I'm going to go up to floor 5. So I'm -2 hallway up to floor 5 is right there. Okay, my slope says 3. So 3 is my slope, and remember, if there's no other number there, I'm going to put one there. Okay, so my 3 over 1, I can't go up 3 into the right one. So the same as going up 3 into the right one is equal to going down 3 and to the left 1. So I'm going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3, and to the left 1. 1, 2, 3, to the left 1. And my screen is in the way, or my tools are in the way. I can't get that moved over. Well, come on. Oop. Getting a little dizzy watching that one. Whoa. I don't think it would move that much. Okay, so I'm going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3, and over 1. And I only have 2 more to go down. So that one is going to be done. And I'm just going to draw my line in. Oops, again, I'm out of room at the bottom there. There you go. Okay. And then let's look at our last one. So we need y equals mx plus b. So right now I do not see that, y by itself. And actually, when I look at that, that is the exact same one we did for number 6. So I'm just going to cross that one off. We already did that one. We don't have to do that one again. Okay, so this is the end of notes, Unit 1, LT6 notes. So you can go ahead and work on Unit 1, LT6 practice. So you are set for that. Be sure to ask questions if you have some.